Hey, welcome back to Cinesquad. We're still building the squad from the movie squad team, where we look at films and everything like that. So I'm Chase, and I'm joined once again by my man Laurie.
Woo!
All right, so look at that, Laurie, a little bit more confident.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll be a foursome again soon. But either way you look at it is that we're gonna start out by saying spoilers.
Ooh, spoilers.
Thanks, sorry. Because we're going to be looking at Thor, Love and Thunder, right, and everything. And first thing I would like to start out with, since we're starting out with spoilers, is that the title now completely makes sense.
Yeah.
What did you think the title meant?
I don't know. I think it was like something more to do with the relationship between Jane Foster and Thor, and then Jane getting like the powers of Thor, really. So
as you would,
yeah,
and everything like that, But then that is that really interesting ending, is that it alludes to the theme of love, which is the goddess of love, and thunder, which is Thor, and stuff like that, So we'll get to that when we get to the end. But, first initial thoughts. Both seem to be underwhelmed, would you say?
I think it was just some scenes that were like a bit underwhelming, I guess, really. I think like that one scene where Valkyrie, Thor, and Jane are in the Shadow Realm, which is called, and they're like fighting Gore and his like shadow monsters. Like, I wouldn't say it's overwhelming. It was just, I feel like it was just a bit like Spider-Man, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Like, the animation's a bit like that, so it was just like kind of weird to me, but it was kind of like, all right, this is.
I don't know what you mean, because it was to me that was like one of the best scenes, because it was a great throwback to Sin City.
Oh yeah,
because it was very strong crushed blacks. It's what, if editing and stuff like that. It's like where we were like really like beef up the blacks in the scene, and so it's like you kind of like, we'll call it crush the blacks and blow the whites, so the whites will be really popping, and then they added in the yellow for the thunderbolt in the eyes and stuff like that. So it was like it was beautiful, stunning to look at, and to me that was like Valkyrie's best moment, actually, because giving her the thunderbolt to fight with. But then beyond that, she was pretty much wasted in the film.
She was like,
and very disappointingly wasted.
I know, literally, just leave on the sidelines, really, and all that, really. So
what's up with you, Taika, bro? Because it's kind of like, she was very good with the press tour and all that, and you're thinking like, they're gonna play up the whole LGBT side of things. She was King Valkyrie, and she was going to be looking for her queen. And no, we didn't expect Jane Foster to be her queen and stuff like that. But then we thought somebody would be, and then it's like, it wasn't like she was sidelined, because then, like she went on, like one or two of the adventures. But then he also decided to make her like Sad Affleck.
Oh,
what I mean? Like when she's sitting there in a suit, in the meeting and stuff, she's like, just depressed. Like, it's terrible to be the king. And it's supposed to be like, Mel Brooks, it's good to be the king. You know what I mean? It's like, where's her thrill? There was no thrill in her standing. She seemed like she hated it. Because I think she even at one point wanted to go to Valhalla. She's like, I want to go into battle so I can die.
Literally, like, well, speaking of kings, what do you think about Russell Crowe as Zeus?
Well, would that be really jumping ahead? Let's wait on that. Let's wait on that, because let's see, let's try to go in somewhat of an order of this. But I have thoughts. No, because one of those thoughts is kind of like, I remember when the casting first came out about Russell Crowe, and like Russell Crowe had just did that Unhinged movie, I think.
Oh yeah,
and everything, where he was a psycho and stuff like that. But Russell, went a bad way, like he kind of like went the pot and stuff, he gained weight and stuff. And, I think he was having a bad time in life and everything when he got the call, and then he's like, oh, you want me to be Zeus? Fat Zeus? We just had Fat Thor, and everything like that. So Fat Zeus, okay. All right, I can do it, but no, so you did a good job. But so back to the beginning, because to me this was where my disappointment was, because I, like everybody else at the end of Ragnarok, was really looking forward to the Asgardians of the galaxy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We was really looking forward to like the rivalry between Thor and Quill and stuff, and what adventures are these guys going to get up to. So like, in opening the film, even though it opens with Korg telling the story of Thor's losing weight and everything, which I thought was great. Yeah. As a and everything. So that was our opening montage of that. But when I don't know why Taika only gave us like this kind of like 5-minute montage of the Guardians. Yeah. Because it was such a build up, and and it was promoted, right? Even in the commercials and all that kind of stuff that we're gonna see the Guardians in this movie and everything before they go off to Guardians 3, and but we get this kind of like weird little love story between Thor and Star-Lord.
Yes. Kind of weird, like, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, look, not like there's anything wrong with that. I mean, this film has a lot of LGBT references throughout, but it's like, what are you doing, bro? It was just kind of like, first of all, Hemsworth is a deliciously beautiful man. I don't care. Those eyes, right? But,
wow.
Hey, listen, man.
I'm not judging,
Don't judge me. I'm just saying. So, like, when that scene in the ad, when he like leans into Star-Lord and Star-Lord tries to lean out of the way, I'm kind of like, okay, Taika, it's kind of funny, but what are you doing, bro? Yeah. But so to me, I just felt that everybody else was like in deep focus. Like the other shots of the Guardians, they were like there but not there. They were like intangible background characters.
Like I just was expecting more from it, really. Like
well, they were showing these little battles and like like Drax, in the water, and it's like, that's your one scene, bro. Yeah, and then deep focus. You're a deep focus background guy. Yeah, and stuff. We'll pay you guys for a week,
especially Rocket, because he's one of my favorite Guardian characters.
Where's the jokes?
I know.
It's like, where's the Rocket jokes and everything? And Thor and Rocket has such a great relationship. Thor, Rocket, and Tree. What do you call Rocket? He called him Squirrel, didn't he?
Yeah,
or Rabbit.
So. Rabbit, Rabbit.
I wanted that. Yeah. I wanted that relationship. Hey, Rabbit and Tree. I'm gonna miss you guys. But then like so to come up with this thing where Sif sends out a distress call, because we haven't seen Sif since Loki.
Oh yeah,
right, and everything, and then Thor's like, oh, I got to go and find her, and then Guardian's like, oh, well, there's so many other distress calls, we got to go and find them, and then it's like, okay, so I guess this is where we part. See you later, bye bye, right through the portal, and it's kind of like, what the hell's going on, bro? I don't understand it story-wise, don't understand it action-wise, and it didn't move the plot, and why did we have it? I mean, like, what could Thor have been doing in the beginning of this movie before he had to go after Seth, besides the Guardians? Because he's meditating on a fucking hill.
Yeah, he looked a bit like Jesus, I'm not gonna lie. It's just...
It was more like that guy in Umbrella Academy.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
What I mean, Klassen or whatever her name is. But it was kind of like and then the joke of like when he's got this like robe on, this yellow robe and stuff. Yeah. And like he's got to go down and help the people on this planet that he is on. And he jumps on his Stormbreaker as if it's a broom.
Oh yeah.
And he rides it like a witch on a broom. Oh no. Did you see that?
Yeah.
And Taika, listen, man. I know they give you carte blanche. Stop it. Stop it now. This is why people don't want him to do Thor 5, because it's kind of like you've gone overboard.
Yeah.
And you don't know where these ideas are
I think he was
coming
just
from.
having too much time and fun with it, really.
Yeah, but then the thing about it is it's a problem when your actor wants to have fun too. But it's like, oh, wait a minute, I didn't know that was going to end up in the movie. I really think it was one of those moments. I really think that Chris Hemsworth was like, wait a minute, that's in the movie?
Yeah.
I thought we were joking. You know, on set, you know. Anyway, so then he gets down to the face off, you know, to protect the blue people.
Yeah.
And he flips off his robe and he hits the guy in the face.
Yeah.
And stuff. But now he got the leather jacket like Thunderstrike in the comic books. And so, did you ever read the comics or seen the Thunderstrike character with Thor with the big ponytail?
Like, I didn't read the comics, but like I read some like online comics, so like I get what you mean by that, really.
Yeah, but that was Thunderstrike. Eric Masterson was Thor and everything else like that. You know, so he wasn't the Donald Blake version of Thor. He was like the 90s version of Thor, you know, like the new Thor kind of thing. Yeah. And everything. So so that was like his little nod there and everything. But I thought it was really funny when Thor destroyed that crystal temple. And didn't even think twice about it.
I know. It was just like, you know, having this great epic speech, you know, just saving the planet behind them, just some lots of destruction, be like, oh crap, sorry.
And then when he tried to apologize, please don't bring it up. We love you still, but don't bring it up. Yeah. I mean, you know, but again, I mean, like, that's a little bit lost because it's kind of like Thor is constantly played as an idiot, don't you think?
Yeah, it's I like, right, so here's the thing. Serious Thor was more badass than like the current Thor that's just like, you know, doing all this weird stupid shit, really.
Well, yeah, I mean, I get you. If you think about contrast, like when you were talking about the Shadow Realm thing, you know, like, I mean, that was like kind of serious Thor. Like, yeah, all right, I'm gonna, you know, it's time for me to kick ass. But like, only butt Thor, like being the butt of jokes, including the naked butt Thor. I think I could have seen something in that shot. You know, but like, I really do think I saw something in that shot. You know, it's like one of those free frames. Freeze frame it. You know, but it was weird. But so we're introduced to the very beginning when opening is Gore, who is about his daughter is about to die on him and everything else like that, and he's praying to the sun god. Yeah. So supposedly that's who he's praying to, was the sun god. But then now he's supposed to be like a regular person like us, right? You know, God, please help me, help my daughter, don't take my daughter, and everything like that. So then, you know, she dies and everything, and somehow, no explanation, he seems to be able to walk into a green field from the desert, and walk right up to his sun god that he was praying to, with no explanation.
Literally.
And the sun god is angry and selfish and
just a dickhead, really.
A dickhead, yeah. But then here's another one, no explanation, but the necro sword is just lying there.
Oh yeah.
Why do you think that was? Did I miss something?
I don't know. That's what I was trying to figure out. Really, it's just like, you know, lying there, and you know.
I mean, we shouldn't have to be having these thoughts at the beginning of the movie, like why is this and why is that, and will you explain it? Because they won't.
I know, like it's just, you know, it's just right there in front of you, like no backstory, no explanation whatsoever. And
then so like, except for the guy is being a dickhead and everything else like that, you know, and then so he picks up the sword, you know, and then he's able to, you know, actually kill the god, you know, which, I mean, I actually like the height differential, you know, because it was kind of like what is that? Scrooge story. It's Wonderful Life, but you know when Christmas passed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What's that story? Christmas Carol. Thank you.
Carol.
Thank you, voice from the gods. So he looked a lot like the ghost of Christmas Past, with the beard, and he was giant and everything like that. I mean, bigger than the actual character and stuff. But so Gore kills him. That's his first God kill.
Yeah.
But for us, really, it's the only God kill because we don't really see him kill anybody else.
Like they say it in the background.
How do you get the name God Butcher?
I know, like they say it in the background that always been going around killing all these gods, but you don't actually see them. So like, how can we?
Taika, what's going on, bro?
I know, literally, like.
I mean, this is your budget. You know what I mean?
I know.
I mean, you just want to put all the money to your kids.
Yeah, I know.
We'll
like
get to that.
Just throw a few god kills in there. Make sure he's like well known.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's that scene where Thor and Korg see this giant, like, armadillo.
Oh, yeah.
That was supposed to be, like, a god that was killed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, because even when we saw the giant skeleton guy when he was working out, that was before Gore was killing people. So it's like, we would thought that was one of the gods or something like that. So it's like, we're still confused there.
Yeah, like that big skeleton god that we saw in it when Thor went to go and see Sif. I thought that was like some random big creature, and I didn't think of first it was a god at all. So
no, exactly. And so Thor shows up to Sif and everything, and she's lost an arm. Why?
I don't know.
And she's like, oh, Thor, I can't wait to go to Valhalla and everything. And then Thor goes, "Oh, actually, you're not dead yet."
I know, like,
you have to, even though you're dying now, you have to die in battle.
Yeah,
you can't die after the battle. Because if you die after the battle, you can't get into Valhalla.
I like the little joke that he makes in there, though, saying, your arm might go to Valhalla, though.
Yeah. My arm. And then it's kind of like, it's false slap. So, hey, what are you doing, Taika? Taika, what are you doing? I know you wrote the freaking script. What are you doing? She didn't even look like Sif, though.
No,
it was played by Jamie Alexander, who's a gorgeous woman, but she didn't even look like Sif. I mean, he had her made up in a weird kind of way, I think.
Yeah, she looked a bit different than in
the
Thor.
She?
Yeah,
I knew it wasn't just me and stuff, and everything. So anyway, so after that, like, I forgot why Thor ends up fighting these shadow creatures. And everything, and Mjolnir shows up.
Oh yeah,
right. Now, before Mjolnir shows up, that's right. Before Mjolnir shows up, we get our actors, the drama club. Of Matt Penn and Luke Hemsworth and Sam Neill, who looks great, by the way.
I know,
and stuff, and everything, and it wasn't that bad that we saw Melissa McCarthy as Hela in the advert. I mean, I don't, people would say, "Oh, you ruined it." I mean, she still did a good job, but this film is all about nepotism.
Yeah,
right. So her husband shows up. Like, so when they take their bow, her husband's supposed to be the stage manager that she grabs his hand and take a bow to.
Yeah.
As a regular guy or as a guardian, whatever. But wait a minute, who's that? Oh, that's Ben Falcone. That's Melissa's husband. Yeah, he's visiting for the day. So he's in the shop with the actor taking a bow. What? Does that contribute to the plot? No.
Nope.
Okie dokie. So moving on. But it was funny the first time around. It just wasn't funny this time around.
Yeah.
And everything like that. Did you think it was?
I mean, yeah, it was just it was just there, really. I was just sort of like, oh, just put your own little jokes in there, why don't you? So, just like, even though it doesn't contribute to the story or anything, just
No, but it does contribute to the fact that it was the broken pieces of Mjolnir brought us back to that, and Mjolnir is calling out to Jane, who's it's revealed by now that she's got cancer.
Yeah.
And everything else like that. And, we get a little quick shot of Darcy. Hey, here's some money for you. Get out. That's what this movie was about. Here's some money for you. Get out.
I mean, it was good to see Darcy back because, she's a fun character, I guess.
I love Darcy. I love Darcy and everything. Yeah. And, I love little jokes and quips and stuff. Supposedly, this takes place after WandaVision. For Darcy and everything else like that. So it's kind of like, like where she ended up. But then we don't see her anymore.
Yeah.
And everything. So, okay, why? And we only get Selvig on the digital cell phone kind of thing where it's like, you got cancer. See you later. All right, that is like 150,000, whatever I get. I don't know. Yeah. I think we should just make a chart and say, yeah, you got this, you got this, you got this. Yeah. Thanks for coming. Because it doesn't go anywhere, and it's just like a cheap shot, and everything. Yeah, I can shoot this in your bedroom. Don't worry about it. We're all hanging out in Australia. You don't have to come. So anyway, so we got the fact that she's out there with the broken pieces of Mjolnir, so that way when it comes down to Thor in this battle, and he sees Mjolnir, he's like, Mjolnir. Right? Yeah. And now this is the what is it? It's the what do you call that? Three-way. What do you call that? Couple.
A love triangle.
Yeah. Okay. This is the love triangle of Thor and his two hammers.
Oh yeah.
This is kind of like Donna Floor and the two husbands. You're too young to know that movie. Yeah. But it's a little porn. But like, you look at it, not porn. So it's far. But you look at it, it's Thor and his two hammers and everything like that. So like, because he's got Stormbreaker, but then he sees Mjolnir for the first time in a long time. He's like, you're back, right? And then Mjolnir is like, F off. And then flies into the hands of the new mighty Thor.
Yeah. But what I like about that little relationship with Thor and his two hammers is when Mjolnir's just chilling there and Thor just goes up and be like, so, how's it been? So you got a new partner or that? And when Jane comes up to pick up Mjolnir, you just see like Stormbreaker like creep behind Thor, be like,
what are you doing, bro? What you doing, bro?
I thought we had the thing going on here.
I know, exactly. Oh, don't be jealous. Don't be jealous. I was just only talking to my ex. You know what I mean?
I know.
I'm just like, this is funny. Okay, Taika, that was funny.
Yeah.
The love triangle was funny. I give you that. But what I loved was Mjolnir's new power of splitting into a bunch of little pieces, man. That was really cool, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was cool, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
And everything. So that was cool. So now we got, the awkwardness of like, hey, yeah, so Jane, Thor, hey, how you doing? How long has it been? So, cause what it was, when he said it was 8 years. What it was is that like somebody said like in Endgame or Infinity War, Jane was blipped. So she blipped for 5 years.
Yeah.
So she lost those 5 years. So for her it's like only about like 3 years. For Thor it's 8 years. Not like it really matters, because they still never said how the cancer got advanced or anything. Because some people was thinking it was the ether, like in Dark World. But then somebody said no, because they've already tried to establish with one shot that a family history had cancer, like a mom before her had cancer and everything. Like that means anything, but I think it was the ether, because the ether were like, hey, she was a human being imbued with the Infinity Stone. Literally, so why couldn't it have some long-term effect? And why couldn't you just say that, Taika? He's like, I don't.
Like it would have been a nice reference to mention the the ether is the cause behind Jane's cancer.
Well, they didn't want to. I'm saying they should have.
Yeah, it
would have made more sense than she just all of a sudden got stage 4 cancer.
Yeah,
despite the fact that her mother had cancer and everything, it just doesn't. It just appears out of nowhere. She's a doctor, for Christ's sake.
Literally,
she should have been like able to have did some kind of test on herself beforehand. But the ether would have made more sense because it was in her body, it took her over, and she's a human being. Yeah. You know what I mean? So then, even though, like, through story or comic book, she remained unaffected by it. Now she is affected because she got stage 4 cancer.
Yeah.
Why not? You know, who's gonna say no? You know, no, Tiger, no, don't do it that way.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you know you got this like awkward relationship trying to redevelop and reform. But what I did like was, what did you think about the flashback montage of their relationship?
I think it was all right. Like, you know, like
they needed to be playing that cheesy raindrops keep falling.
But it's weird because, you know, like how like at the beginning where you had like Cork like explain like Thor's past relationships, there was like this wolf woman wasn't there? It was like, you know.
Now what's funny about that is that was actually Hemsworth's wife.
Oh really?
And everything, you know, and everything. Because see, what's interesting is that like Hemsworth and Jane, you know, the Natalie Portman have no chemistry whatsoever.
Yeah.
And even in this flashback, they tried to force the chemistry and still couldn't. But what I found interesting is that, remember in Thor: The Dark World, where Thor comes back for Jane in the end?
Oh,
you know, to do the big kiss scene? That was his wife as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh. So that was his wife in the wig and everything. And everything. So I could kiss my wife. We don't have to bring Jane back for this. I could just my wife could do it. Okay. You know what I mean? So the scene on the wolf was his wife again.
Wow.
So, you know, I guess he's kind of like, I love you, honey. I will never be with anybody else but you. You know? But then somebody said that, like, in one of the kids that we're going to end up talking about, the group of kids, one of the kids was a wolf boy.
Oh wow!
So like it was like it could be that moment you had on that wolf, boy. I tell you and stuff, you know. So it was like a Fenris type of big ass wolf. But yeah, go ahead. So but the montage, I just thought it was really weird because Taika was it's like, let's do loving moments, but let's make them comedy loving moments. So it's like, you know, Thor dressed up as a hot dog.
Oh yeah.
Now obviously it's Halloween or something like that, but I don't get it.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Why can't you just go as yourself? I mean, you know.
I don't know, but hot dog, you know, and I like the idea of the couch, you know, like they start out real close and cozy on the couch, watching telly and everything, and then they start separated on the couch. Yeah. I like how they even had Miona between them and stuff. Miona's like, yeah, I'll be with you, bro. You know, but it was kind of like, you know, so their relationship was already fraying. You know, it's pretty much what they were like establishing. Before and then it's not like she broke up like by text or something like that. I think she wrote a note. And then he was like, yeah, send me a letter or wrote me, you know, a digital letter, whatever. And she like, yeah, it was only because you weren't there. Oh yeah, that's right, I wasn't there. I forgot about that. Do you remember Daryl?
Oh yeah.
Did you get the joke?
I'm trying to remember now. Like,
no, I mean, do you get? He was. They referenced Daryl like
in for Civil War.
Yeah, no. I meant in here.
Oh,
in the movie that
what was that? Because I
no, it was like because when she was Valkyrie, you know, they had the commercials and the different things, and somebody called out to Daryl.
Oh yeah.
But it was the Daryl character from the shorts that you would get in like Thor Ragnarok. And stuff. So like because it turns out that Taika made those shorts.
Oh really?
And everything. Oh. So like yeah. So Daryl is a real person and not just like in the short thing and stuff. So anyway, so now what's happening is that the Gore the God Butcher, who's not really doing much butchering, decides I forgot what he's gonna like kidnap these kids, and everything like that, and now for no reason except for the fact that I guess I'm going to get Thor by kidnapping these kids.
Yeah.
How do you know that?
I mean, you could
maybe if I kidnap a bunch of kids from Asgard, then Thor will come for them. Yeah, okay, maybe that makes sense.
Yeah. What surprised me though was one of the kids was Heimdall's son.
Well, that was pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, that was cool.
I mean, like, it shows that, like, Heimdall will live on, because, like, he has his daddy's powers, right? Yeah. So he can see and hear and everything like that. But that was a stupid kind of, like, little joke.
Yeah.
His name was Astrid.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not Astrid, I'm Axel.
Astrid,
your father named you Astrid. F off, man, I'm Astrid. And it's supposed to be like Axel from Guns N' Roses.
Oh, yeah.
And they actually supposed to show him like in a bedroom where he has a Guns N' Roses poster. Yeah. This is supposed to be a little god who could see everything and everywhere.
What was weird though was the way that he was using his powers, and when he was talking to Thor and everyone, you can just see like a floating head. I was like, what's going on here?
What, Astro's head?
Yeah, Astro's head. You can just like see it just like floating about. Like, it was just so weird, and
man, so it turns out like these kids that he got captured in the shadow realm and everything like that. They're like, oh, okay, so Gore captures a bunch of kids. So what we're gonna do is, who's got kids? I got two. I got three. Let's use all the kids from the cast. You got a kid too? Yeah, bring your kid in. And we dress him up as Wolf Boy or something. Yeah. And it's like,
I don't know.
Hey, our kids are here anyway.
Yeah.
We don't really have to pay them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just kind of like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, so Axel was the only actor, really, because, this kid's Kieran Dwyer, which they're now trying to allude that he could join the Young Avengers when they put that team together or stuff like that, But, so it's just kind of like, oh, God. So Thor is able to communicate with him because, I can use your father's powers. You touch your powers. And so, hey, here I am. Hey, guys, what's going on?
Yeah.
That's pretty cheap. So let me just come in here like it's lunchtime. I'm joining with the kids. I'm just a store. And everybody's like,
But I want to talk about...
going on?
I want to talk about the design, the appearance of Thor the God Butcher, because he looks nothing like from the comics.
Well, listen, I'm thankful for that. I mean, no, only because like he had no nose and he would look like Voldemort. So and we've seen Voldemort, for those who are Harry Potter fans, and stuff. And I actually don't lose Christian Bale's face.
No.
I thought the makeup was really good, and then also choosing white instead of black.
Yeah,
because in the comics his suit is black, but choosing white was a great contrast when he's in the shadow realm. So when he's surrounded by blackness, and if he was black, you know what I mean? His clothes were black. It'd be weird. So I thought it was a great costume design. Actually, you didn't like it?
Yeah,
and his face did change.
Yeah, like I'm not being like biased here, because I thought he looked really good in it, really, with all the costume and all that, and he kind of looked like I don't know if anyone here is a big Mortal Kombat fan, but he looked a bit like Collector from Mortal Kombat, because with his like yellow eyes, I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. No, I thought his costume was great and stuff, and so now they have to build a team. They feel. Right, that they're not enough to go up against this guy called the God Butcher, so they decide to go to Omnipotent City.
Oh yeah.
Now, why couldn't they just call it Mount Olympus?
Once again, tequila. I mean,
tequila. You mean tequila? Once again, tequila.
His last name's hard to pronounce. So
Waititi. Yeah. But yeah. I don't know. I mean, it looked great. And now this was what was disappointing to me, because in the comics, I love it when they do the Pantheon of Gods, where they do all the different, multi-racial gods, and because we're in a time that we're establishing. Like we just had Moon Knight, where we had the Egyptian gods.
Yeah.
We got Black Panther. We got Namor now as a Jaguar god. So what I felt like when we're in Omnipotent City, like they gave us some gods, whatever, but they should have actually, like supposedly, like you know, on YouTube, whatever, you know, like when Mighty Thor and Valkyrie are sitting there, right on the chairs, right below them is Bast, the Panther god.
Oh wow!
Right? Did you ever see that on like YouTube? So
No.
So pretty much like, so it's the framing, right?
Yeah.
You know, like maybe in a frame you could get below them and you'll see like the head of the Bast, the Panther god. But it'd be like so quick and short in the edit that, you know, you blink and you miss it.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, because it's like, you know, now you just established Black Panther, you know, the female, you know, god that's Black Panther is right below them. And you know, but then also too, I would like to have seen the Jaguar god over there, or you know, or some other, you know, gods and stuff. Like supposedly, like when the goats go through the window, you see two celestials.
Oh wow!
You didn't see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Because you blink and you miss it. If you pause, you'll see that like when goats are going through the thing, two celestial heads like lean into each other, right, and it goes through the deal. And stuff like that, you know, you get all the stuff when you look at it, you know, on YouTube. But yeah, but I don't like the fact that like, why should they be blink shots?
Yeah,
you know, it's like that's the mythology you're dealing with here, Taika. You know, and you're not giving us enough of it in your edit of the film. See, that's what I'm trying to say is like when you start splicing, you start losing stuff.
That's what I love about like Marvel films and DC films, because I love to like, you know,
Easter egg.
Yeah, Easter egg. Because I love to learn more about the mythology of like the gods and all that in these movies, because it really interests me, you know.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say is like in the comics, man, they're really good when they put them all together. And you see them even just standing together, and that would have been cool. Like if Bass was more focused on, you know, I mean, and everything. It just would have been a nice touch. Now, obviously, you can always say to yourself, like in Civil War when we saw Black Panther, Thor wasn't there.
Yeah.
So you can always kind of like say, well, then Thor really don't know Black Panther because he was off of Ragnarok. You know what I mean? Yeah. So what's the point? Like Thor's not gonna go, hey, Bast, I know your disciple or avatar, whatever, you know, and stuff like that, because he didn't have an adventure with Black Panther.
No.
But either way, you know, it's established. And then, you know, like I said, the Jaguar god is supposed to be Namor. You know, Namor is in Black Panther too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's who's he playing now?
Who's he playing? No, it is Namor. I mean, who's the actor playing?
Yeah, he's the actor.
Oh, you know, they got some Mesoamerican actor. You know?
Okay.
So he's supposed to be like an Aztec character. So they chose to make Atlantis be a reference to Aztec culture, and everything, and it's sunk or whatever, or something like that.
Nice.
So by being an Aztec, you know, they gave it the Jaguar god is Namor's. So Namor, like Black Panther is like the avatar for Bass.
Yeah, I'm getting
He's the avatar for the Jaguar god and stuff like that. You know,
that'll be interesting.
No, it's going to be awesome when we finally get that trailer next week. You know, it'll be awesome. You know, so Namor is finally coming to the Marvel Universe, MCU. So anyway, so we're in Omnipotent City, and we're at the story of Zeus, where he's got this weird freaking accent.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Pepe Giuseppe. What the fuck did that be? Yeah. You were not invited to the orgy. Hey, what's about that? What the frick was he doing?
I know. I was so confused.
It was like Chief Chef Boyardee or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like he was thinking he was in one of them Italian sword and sorcery films.
Oh, wow.
without the American dub.
Yeah.
Hey, the bad. Hey, everybody.
Yeah. Like I was kind of like a bit. I mean, not disappointed, but like, you know, like with like the appearance of Zeus, because you know he's meant to be like this godly figure, like, you know, as strong as Thor and everything, but he's just like this old fat man, really, and Like it was just like
obsessed with orgies.
Yeah, obsessed with orgies and everything. I was like, oh Jesus.
And the thing about it was is that because what was cool was like they played it up as like Thor was a huge fanboy of Zeus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Zeus. So I get to finally meet Zeus. It's like, yeah, you know, then I kind of made my design Thunder for the shit. Yeah. With Zeus and everything. And so he calls Zeus out because he wants help. And then Zeus says, hey, you, come on down here. Come in front of me. Whatever. I'm the sound of like Dracula or something.
Yeah.
And then he got him, you know, strapped, you know, with light ropes. And he's like, yeah, let me take a closer look at you. Can't you see him? He's right there.
I know. I mean, can't you see his face? Even though...
So he's like, when he goes, let me take a closer. I mean, he had on a veil dress, whatever you want to call it, but it wasn't a disguise.
I know.
So he's like, come here, let me take a look at you. Flick. And then he flicks off his clothes.
I know.
And then you flick too hard, damn it. Now, I'm telling you, I saw something in that shot. But what do you think about the tattoos, bro?
I don't know. They were kind of like... You
can hardly read them, I know, but if you freeze frame it...
Yeah, it was Norse mythology tattoos, really. Like, but it looked like it was done by a kid, really. Like,
exactly. It was like kids marked his back, and it's like Loki, my love for Loki, or something like that, and everything. And it was just like
when I saw it in the trailers, I thought it was like an actual badass Norse mythology tattoo, but like
no,
But like that's just me because I know I get it, yeah. But like when it was a close up, I was kind of disappointed to be like, oh, that's shit tattoo that.
yeah, and everything like that. It was like, you know, what the heck was all that about and everything. And I'm trying to remember now. How did he get his clothes back on? Oh,
I think Zeus did something to like magically put them back on or something.
Comics.
Yeah.
So anyway, so Zeus comes down. And he's like, Thor's like, look, I need your help against this guy. He's like, hey, you know, we're not gonna do that fight.
Yeah.
He's like, you can't be scared. Scared? No, we're not scared. We're just smart.
Yeah.
Somebody else's problem.
I know.
You know?
Like,
so all the gods are played as like these like fearful iconoclast or whatever, you know, like weird type of people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And everything. So then the fight breaks out.
Yeah.
You know, and everything, and we lose Korg.
Oh yeah. I was so disappointed because he's a really fun character. But like
is he though? He's he's an over-egged character, I think, because it's Taika. I think Taika spends most of his time in Long Johns, right, ready to do Korg, and I think he just writes his stuff on the fly.
Yeah.
Hey man, hey man, hey man, and stuff like that. And you know, just so he could feel like he's in the movie.
I know.
You know, and so like when he got killed there, I thought that was good in a sense. It was like, oh, we're gonna finally lose Korg. That'd be great. And then we're left with the face of Korg. As long as I got my face, I can still talk. Ooh, good.
You're just in the pictures, be like, oh, damn it.
You know what? More and more we go over this movie, the more I hate it.
Come on, don't say that now.
No. I'm just saying it, man, because I'm like waiting for me to say something good about it. So anyway, so Thor gets so angry at Zeus for killing Korg that Thor kills Zeus.
I know. Well, he kind of deserves it for being
he
like...
He does, but it's like, wait a minute. If Zeus could be killed by one of his own thunderbolts.
Yeah.
What?
I just found that funny because...
Funny?
Yeah, because he's meant to be... He's the one who's meant to control the thunderbolts, and he just got fucking stabbed through it.
It should have been like, woo. Like, go right by me or something.
Literally.
Yeah, you know, and the thing about it is, it's kind of like... Avenge me, Thor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like was it Valkyrie who ties Korg's face to the back of her head?
Yeah.
And then there's like a mustache going around his mouth.
Oh yeah, that was so weird. That
it's Taika.
Yeah. I mean, let's just have him have his weird stuff. It's like, you know.
I know. That's what you call too much control. That's when somebody's got to come in and say, you need a producer.
Yeah.
We need to stop this. We need to stop this now. But anyway, so they realized that we got to get out of Omnipotent City and we're going to have to go into the Shadow Realm ourselves.
Yeah.
And everything like that. And so that's when they do. So they end up in the Shadow Realm. Thor gets to the kids. And like, because basically, he's like, for a limited time only, I'm going to give you all the power of Thor. Right? And it's like, when'd you get this superpower, bro?
I know.
Oh, well, you never had me with a bunch of kids before, so are you going to say I never had the power? Right? But it turns into a big flash lightning fight sequence where everybody's kids in a super studded lightning flashing sequence against shadow demons. What you think of that? Because some people thought it was like pretty weird with the whole kids and school violence and stuff.
Yeah, that was very weird. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you think so?
I mean, it's just you know, one of them really. I guess you know, you just have like the weird side of the battle and then like the serious side. So I was just like,
I mean, like the thing about it is, it was just a way for like Thor and Valkyrie to fight Gore, you know, and then have those kids. It's like a little digression fight. And like you could tell those kids was having a fantastic time, having like lightning powers, and it's like, but it was kind of like, wait a minute, you're showing kids killing, you know what I mean? It's like,
like one of those kids like had like a teddy for like a weapon. And was like, what? Yeah, like it's like I'm gonna kill you with my teddy bear.
I think that reminded me of Rocket, really. When they I think that reminded me of that and everything, and that's when you had Little Wolf Boy and
well, what was cool about that is how like they used like Zeus's bolts, like to like power up like force powers.
Yeah, and stuff, But so anyway, so despite all of that, Gore is like, give me your Stormbreaker and everything like that, and and then Thor gives it to him, and he uses it to open up a tunnel to eternity. Yeah. Now, you don't sound like you're a comic fan.
No,
but as a comic fan, everybody knows eternity. Like eternity is like the human embodiment of the universe.
Yeah.
And like like when Jane comes there and stuff like that, like she's supposed to be like in this hall of gods where again, if you were looking around and freeze frame and everything, right, you'll see like the head of the tribunal and all that, and you see the Watcher and all of this other kind of stuff. Yeah. But again, we only just see them as heads in the dark, so it's like Taika, you still not giving me my Easter eggs, but So Gore goes into the other realm where eternity is kind of like sitting akimbo on the floor. Yeah, and you can actually see his foot, because like you see the galaxy through eternity and stuff like that. So it's kind of funny that he was barefoot. He's just sitting there and stuff. Yeah, and so out of nowhere, because this is not even mentioned anywhere else in the film, but out of nowhere, it's like you get to make a wish to eternity, and you can grant your wish, like a genie, and stuff like that. And but in this realm, Jane has lost her Thor powers. Yeah, so now she's dying, and everything like that in front of Thor, and so Thor goes to her, and everything, and so there's no final battle, final battle, right? So it's like, I don't know if she whispered it to him or whatever, but she's like, you could change this. Like, because he was like going to end all gods. That was his thing. I'm going to kill all the gods. She's like, you could change this. You could choose love, right? And everything like that. If I do, then who's going to watch out the love? Thor will watch her. Yeah. What? Yeah, but you're dying, Jade. Yeah, and he died. But it was like a complicated storytelling thing because it's like did it really make sense to you that what she was asking?
I thought she was asking like for her to like spare life and Gore sacrifice his life for Jane really. Mm-hmm. But when I saw like Gore's daughter, I was like, wait, what? Wait, I thought she was dead.
Yeah, well, she was because he chose love. So basically, he listened to her, and then like he did that, and then so his daughter came back to life. And like so he's like, okay. He doesn't say so that guy's gonna be your uncle or whatever. It was just weird. It was just a weird thing. Didn't really make much sense. And then she says to Thor, like in supposedly her last words, she says, I finally came up with a catchphrase. And she whispers it to him so we don't hear it. Yeah. What do you think it was?
It's hammering time. I don't know.
It's hammering time. Yeah. That's good. You know what?
Yeah. I should be working on for being come up with catchphrases for people.
It's hammering time and stuff, So Jane dies, Gore dies, and everything like that, and like the movie died an hour ago, but so then we end up in the house of Thor. Thor's making breakfast for some little green creature. No, for Love. Now it's cute is that Love is played by his own daughter. What's her name? India Rose, I believe her name is.
Okay.
And everything. And now what was weird was, I don't know, it could be just me that I see everybody is black. But I couldn't she seemed kind of dark to me. She's probably not. But I'm just probably just some kind of weird kind of makeup thing that she's got a sunburn. I don't know. But seemed like, hey, Chris. But she demonstrates that she has anger issues, even though she's love. So she's supposed to be the goddess of love. So if you didn't know what that means, is that like in the cosmic realm of things, there's order and chaos, which are like two giant heads, right? And then there's love and hate, which is a woman and there's a man, whatever. But so we don't see hate, but we see love, and she's love. Right, so she's a younger version of Love. Okay. So she is a cosmic entity in the cosmic universe and stuff like that. So Thor is supposed to be raising her. Yeah. Right. So he's Uncle Thor and everything like that. And not only like he's taming her, but helping her use her powers. So it looked like he's getting her dressed for school. Yeah. And everything like that. And then they open the door and they reveal that they're on another planet somewhere. And it's like okay, so those guys, they're the good guys. They're the bad guys and everything. Right. She's like, okay. And then they run out and they do the jump. Freeze frame jump. And then is it Korg? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, because Korg is still narrating. Yeah. Because Korg has revealed earlier that he's from a male only species. Yeah. And and what they do is that like so two males get together in a hot lava pool, hold hands, and another male is formed and stuff like that.
I'm just like,
like now, even though he said that, why is there another male next to him? So he's like, my body reformed. Yeah. Right? Automatically. And look, another body formed. Where did that body come from? But it's not you. It's your partner named Dwayne.
Dwayne.
With a mustache. Like yours. Hello, Dwayne.
Hello.
But why? Is it because he's a rock?
I see what you did there.
I didn't do it. Somebody else did it. But I'll take credit. But you saw that though, right?
Yeah.
Stupid Taika. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Oh, Jesus Christ. So anyway, so he's doing the narration of like, yeah, so then this is like the new Love and Thunder. I can see Taika pat himself on the back with that. I love that. This is the new Love and Thunder. Freeze frame. And that's Love and Thunder, people.
Yeah.
Oh God, I don't know how long that was, but
yeah.
So overall, did you like the movie?
Oh, I thought it was a really good movie. Like, really entertaining.
I like making fun of it.
Yeah, of course you do. But in the post-credit scenes,
oh yes, don't forget we got 2 post-credit scenes.
Yeah, in the first book, I assume we see Hercules.
See, you're very delete. You did it too fast. You're supposed to say, okay, so in the first post-credit scene, we see that Zeus is alive.
Well, yeah.
Right? So Zeus is like healed. Well, I hate people. We give them too much.
Yeah.
I remember when people used to fear the gods. I forgot my Italian accent. I remember when people used to fear the gods. And we need to bring that back again. We need to show them why they should fear us. Shouldn't we, my son? And then we cut to which is like one of those statues of and everything is slow motion, like this and everything. And he says, "Yes, Father," and everything. And it's Zeus. Now, do you know who's playing Zeus? It's Hercules.
Hercules.
Do you know who's playing Hercules?
No, who is it?
My God, do you know Ted Lasso?
No.
Have you not seen Ted Lasso on Apple TV?
No.
Oh, okay. For those out there who've seen Ted Lasso, right? Brett Goldstein, right? He's plays Roy Keane, right?
Okay.
He's like this really angry, actor on the show. Funniest guy on the show, Ted Lasso, and everything like that. And that's who's playing Hercules. Perfect freaking casting. I think he beefed up for it as well because he did look. He was big, but he wasn't as big as this. So I think he beefed up for this.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be. This is what I was waiting for. To me, I've waited so long for Hercules to enter the MCU. It took 4 movies, right? But we finally got. And I was like, when we were gonna go to the Omnipotent City thing and all that, I'm like, how are you not gonna introduce Hercules? How are you not gonna even mention that Thor knows Hercules because they're rivals and stuff like that. They're constantly battling in the comics and everything. So some people have predicted that Thor 5 will be Thor versus Hercules. Because Zeus wants revenge and shit like that. So it'll be Thor versus Hercules, and then what will happen is that because Hercules is Thor from Thor 1.
Okay.
That God attitude, right?
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about people and everything, and then he's just all selfish. So obviously, but then they'll probably bring in Ares, his brother, right? Which we seen his head on Ragnarok, right? In Ragnarok when they had the heads on the totem building, whatever. So it'll be Thor versus Hercules, then Thor and Hercules versus Ares, and Zeus and all that other kind of stuff. And hopefully that will be Thor 5.
Ooh.
But please, I agree. Do you agree that Taika should not do Thor 5?
I agree, yeah, because as much as I loved the some of the witty comedy in there, I think it does. You do need a bit of good action, really, and a bit of seriousness, I guess.
Yeah, because one, they'll give us more of an action-oriented piece, but then it's I don't know. He does seem dead set on doing a trilogy and being in the comedy of the rivalry and all that other kind of stuff, But I don't think he should, but I don't think he's not going to.
Yeah.
And then the final post-credit sequences is that Jane actually makes it into Valhalla.
Yeah.
She's met by
Heimdall,
who gets to say something. Doesn't he get to say something about his son?
I can't remember.
I thought he got to acknowledge his son, and his adventure and stuff like that.
Yeah, I just got distracted by his hair because Jesus.
Man, Idris, bro, he's like, look, there's nowhere else that I can wear my hair this way.
Yeah. So
yes, I will be doing that. But in the comics, just like in the comics, Mighty Thor does eventually become Valkyrie.
Oh, really?
So and because Valkyrie's established as being the only Valkyrie because all the other sisters were slain. Now that Thor has entered Valhalla, she can reemerge as Valkyrie, as another Valkyrie. Oh, okay. So at least there will be sister Valkyries in that aspect. I don't know how they're going to reproduce. Yeah. Or they could just build a sisterhood. We could, now that there are two of us, we could build a sisterhood. Yeah. You know what I mean? Who knows? But anyway, so that's Thor: Love and Thunder, people. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I want to thank Laurie for joining me here. Hopefully this wasn't too long, but and I will say I asked him his final thoughts. I will say I did enjoy the movie because I just enjoyed Chris Hemsworth. So I mean, he can't lose with me. Oh no. I mean, he does a lot of crappy movies and I've seen them all. But he's born to be Thor. He's born to be Thor. So please keep playing him. Yeah. And everything, and maybe the next time you can actually give your wife a on-screen role. Oh yeah, not like behind the back in silhouette. Oh, also the last one, the little Thor that was running across the plains. That was Chris's son. Yeah. I don't know how many kids they got. I think they got like about three or four kids and stuff like that. So I mean, that was what was really interesting about the daughter thing, because sometimes you like to get into people's personal private lives and stuff. I remember that video I think on Instagram where the son is trying to climb the fridge. Oh, actually not. Instagram. Anyway, so that's the end of Cinesquad for us, and then to the next one. We're out of here. Yep. Peace.